We're talking the real estate industry, and we're talking it with Virginia Cook and Cindy O'Gorman and Melanie Thomas. And Virginia, you were talking about something unique you talked about attitude, but
well, I always talk about attitude because I feel that it's your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your success. It's all about how you drive your positive energy. And people that come to us and looking for homes, they're not interested in your day. You're totally interested in their day. So if you're the kind of gal that's sitting at home or gentleman that's sitting at home and you're thinking about, wow, would real estate be a career for me? These are the couple of three things that might be a criteria for you. Number one, first and foremost, have a great attitude. Number two, have the ability to manage your time in such a way that you can work your family around your schedule. Very important, because your schedule has to come first. The customer wants to look at 9 o'clock on Monday morning, or he wants to look on Sunday when you decide to take the children to, out to the park or whatever. And you've got to be ready to go. And that really reverts back to your great attitude. Oh, sure, we can do this. We can get it done. These two ladies that are here today, they're aces at it. They're very good at doing just that.
What's the number one thing you think somebody needs in order to survive in this business?
Patience. I think you have to be patient. I mean, there's clients we work with for 2 years before they ever buy a house. And just as you spent 2 years with them, they're going to go in an open house and buy from that agent. And it's very frustrating business.
Oh, my gosh, because you put all that work into it.
Right. And then somebody walks in and gets the commission from something you've been working on for 2 years. So, to me, when I started, that was the hardest thing, is accepting that you're going to get burned. And it hurts your feelings so bad because you worked so hard. And everybody's out for themselves. And, then you have people that you least expect to be committed to you. You maybe only shown them 5 homes, and they may go in an open house and call you and say, come write this offer for me. And it revives your faith in the client again. But it's a business that you have to have thick skin, because it's going to happen. Somebody's going to do that. But it's also rewarding in every aspect, because you see them at the closing so happy for their first home, and or just so happy with the job you did, and it makes it all worth it.
And the cash in hand doesn't hurt. No. As the cash register, cha-ching, cha-ching, you all are doing pretty good. Miss Melanie.
Yes.
You're this young, I don't even know how old you are.
Okay.
But okay. Okay, you've got a lot of energy in you and a lot of vitality. When I met you today, I loved what you gave back. And
thanks.
I want to know how you manage to get started using social media. What does that mean to you? Tell me about it.
It's vital right now, and the reason why, and studies will show this as well, but buyers today and sellers are looking for instant gratification. They want answers quickly. Like she said, you could work with someone for 2 years and then turn around and they're in an open house that they potentially saw on Facebook, and they're buying that house right there at the table. So social media is a way that we can stay closer with our sphere of influence, stay on top of what they're doing in their daily lives and how that affects us.
Yeah, you said something. That if somebody's having a baby, you use that as a prospecting list, because you know that if they're having babies, they're going to need a bigger house.
You can see everything from having babies to kids moving off to college. Those are people that are going to want to downsize in the next 24 months. What's another great example? New jobs, marriages. That's a potential 3 transactions if both parties had a house in the beginning. So you want to learn to stay close, involved with those people on a fast-paced level via social media.
What tips? Do you do social media, Virginia?
We do, and Melanie is so right, because 92% of the buyers and sellers go to the internet before they ever go to the real estate broker.
I know, and what do you do about Realtor.com, where you can go in there and find your house?
That's where the realtor is essential to the process, because we are trained to really analyze that information and help you understand all these stats that you're getting from Realtor.com or other sources from the internet, and that's very important. And even though our industry today is branded as high tech, maybe it's where I come from, but I still think high touch will never replace high tech. You move into a house, the chandelier has taken. Technology can't get that chandelier back, but the sweetness of your voice and calling up the seller and say, it was in the contract, can you bring it back, et cetera, et cetera. that makes it happen. So
Well,
high
there's-
touch always, to my mind, will anchor over high tech. High tech is important, is very important.
Totally
But high
agree.
touch is essentially important to customer service. Every American is starving for customer service, so touch their hearts and you'll make the sale.
You get them in the door through the technology, but then you've got to make that personal relationship and that bond that you're their realtor, not just for this transaction, but for the future. And you can get, they can look at everybody's website. So you have to have the best photographer, the best website, the best marketing tools, because they can look at anybody and call anybody, but then you've got to anchor them in as your client over everybody else whose website they're getting on. So I think that you're right. There's so much more to it than just looking at pretty homes. There's so much paperwork involved. There's so many technicalities for lawsuits and different things that you can protect your client with. And, you know, it's that one-on-one that makes a difference.
So what I'm getting is we've got the new that's coming in, but the old is what really connects you to that individual person. You may reel them in through social network and through all of that, but keeping them is about relationships.
Right.
We wanted you to listen to, I wish I had you for like 4 hours. We would get into some stuff, but hopefully we've given you enough intrigue and interest to think about the real estate industry if you're looking for something that's more than a career, but a service. We'll be right back.